Hello, this is Julia Bell, and welcome to IPv6 Notes 2. We'll discuss omission of leading zeros and omission of all zeros hextets. At first glance, IPv6 addresses look a little overwhelming. I'm going to introduce you to some techniques to bolster your confidence in reading and using IPv6 addresses. We will be looking at reducing the notation of these addresses. Rule 1. Omission of leading zeros. In the first example, the first octet we have 4 zeros. I can remove all those zeros in front and end up with 1 0. Second one, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. I will simplify that to a single 0. Next one, the same thing. The leading zeros I can get rid of. In between all these zeros, there will be a colon. Let's look at the second line. All zeros here. I can take that down to 1, single 0, single one. Again, those would have colons between them. Single 0 there. Single 0. A single. And the final one would be a 1. Let's look at the last example. FF02 would remain FF02. The next one would be a 0, followed by a colon, a 0, followed by a colon, a single 0, followed by a colon, and yet another single 0. The last one would be a single 1. You'll notice that address is a lot easier to look at with less numbers. Here's a few more examples of Rule 1, omitting the leading zeros. The first example would be FC00 with a colon. This one has 3 leading zeros, so I'll say just the 1. Alpha and 3 zeros, and a colon. I can leave out the 0 here and go B00, a colon. I can go down to 1 0 in this one. Leave off the first 0, so it'd be 527 and a colon. Leave off the leading 0 here, so it'd be 127 and a colon. There's 2 leading zeros in the last one, so it'd be alpha beta. Again, making it much easier to read. I will show you down here, 2001 colon. Leave off the 0, so DB 8 colon, 4 A's and a colon. There's 3 zeros here, so I will just have a single number 1. I'll reduce that to a single 0, 0. And this one has a leading 0, so it would be 1 0 0. Okay. Going to give you some examples of rule number 2. Omission of all zeros hextets. So if the entire hextet has zeros, I don't have to include that. When I look at the first one, they're all zeros. That one could be written simply, and that's all you need to write. Let's look at the next one. Seven of the hextets have all zeros, but the last one has a single 1. So I could write that as double colon. The double colon means that I have omitted entire hextets or groupings of zeros. So that entire number would be written as double colon 1. That's it. That's a whole lot simpler. Let's look at the one on the bottom. Frank 0 2 and a colon. Now we've got 2, 3, 6 hextets that are zeros. So I'm going to put Frank 02 : and then 0001. That address got so much easier to look at. Alright, I'll work a couple of these for you. Let's look at this one. 2001 : here's 1, 2. So I will go, so we've got the 2 sets of colons, so I'll leave out those 3 hextets. Then I would go AB, CD, : and the reason that I did not do another double colon is you cannot use the double colon twice in one set of numbers. One attempt at that is all you get. And the rule typically goes, you use the concatenation of removing all zeros hextets for the grouping that's the largest. For instance, in the bottom one, there will be 3 hextets, and then this one would be 0200 2001 : ODB8 : alpha 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 0001 : 0200.